afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Stevens Family Gardening Channel. On today, we're going to be working with seed starting Morris Heading collards and our kale. And this is just to prepare it for the upcoming fall season and winter season. So we'll have that already ready. Right now, these are our seed starting cells and our underwater kit. And here we have our seed starting soil itself. This is the medium we use to start the seeds. We don't want to use any in-ground dirt for this here. This is our Morris Heading collards, and we do have the water. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour some of this water inside of the mix. That way we can get it a little moist. And as you see, I'm doing that now. And this just helps to get a little moist so that when we actually underwater, we don't have to overwater and splash the seeds or disease or whatever happens around, any of that fungal stuff around. So you're gonna see me doing this here for just a moment. And we don't want the medium to become so wet that it becomes muddy. That at that point you've put too much in it, too much water in it. So you wanna at that point grab more seed starting mix and add it to it to try to lighten it up a little bit, because that can rot the seed, and we don't want to rot any seeds. We pay too much money for the seeds, although they're only like a few dollars, but they're still our property and they can add up eventually. But right now I'm just mixing it around, and you see it went from this bright brown color to this darker, more moist looking color, and that's what we're really looking for. That's what we want. And when I squeeze it, there's no water just coming out. It may be a drop or two, but there's not a lot of water. And now we are going back to our seed cells, and we're going to fill these cells up as we always do. Like we said, we're going to fill them up, and then we're going to pack them down. This is our underwater tray. Like I said before, once I put our cells back inside, I'm going to pour the water in the tray so that the plants can soak up that water, so we don't have to water from the top. That causes it to splash. Okay, so at this point I'm going to speed things up while I'm doing this process. And right here, what I'm doing is I am packing the soil down so that it can have a good base to work with. You know, when we underwater, this soil is going to be sopping up all of that good water. And if it doesn't have a good base to work with, you're gonna have all those air bubbles and not bubbles, but there's air pockets where it's not gonna really absorb that water. It's gonna get to that point, and it may start to just sit in still water. So we don't want to have that. So that's why I'm packing this down. So what we're about to do right here is we're about to grab a pin, and we have to make the holes about not even I wouldn't even say a half an inch. We're just putting small holes into the soil so that we can plant the seeds that we currently have. By me just using my finger and pushing it down, that will make the hole a little bit too big. So we're going to use a pen or something, and we're going to punch small little holes in these areas so that we can plant a seed in each spot. And after this, you'll see me planting the seeds. And I'm planting these seeds intentionally 2 seeds per cell so they don't overtake the entire container. And if both of them come up, that's great. I can decide at that point if I want to try to save one and plant them in a different container, or if I want to try to remove thin down, which meaning remove one of the plants from the cell by clipping it off at the soil level. I mean, that's good and all, but sometimes you don't want to do that. So I try to save it if I can. At this point, I am using 2 popsicle sticks. And on these popsicle sticks, what I'm doing is writing the name of the plant that I'm planting. So on one of these, you'll see Morris head and collard, and the other one you'll see kale. But what you do need to put on these sticks is the date in which you started them. That way it'll help you keep track of it, because I have had in multiple cases where I thought, I know which one it is and which one is this and which one is that one. And next thing I know, I went back and realized I was confused on what's what, and it just threw me off. So you want to make sure you label these things so that you know what you have. Also, at this point, I have pour little clean water inside of that little reservoir that so that we can bottom water these plants. And what happens is that water gets in that area, and there's little grooves inside of there that keeps the plant directly from from being flat. And since water's in there and there's holes at the bottom of these seed starting cups, what happens is it gives that soil the ability to soak up that water like a wick. And when we are packing it down like we did, it makes it easier for that to happen. So that's what's going on right now. Alright guys, thanks for watching the Stevens Gardening channel. Remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button so you can get notifications when everything comes out right off the bat. Thank you for watching.